Why is the central government not reducing petrol prices? Petrol diesel prices hiked. Petrol price crosses rupees 86. Fuel prices at record hike. Petrol, diesel touch all-time high as oil companies hike rates. Arey ye Modi marwaega. If there's something about which everyone is presently complaining apart from the heat, is the hike in petrol price. In this video, we will see what exactly is happening. If you like the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be a part of our notification battalion. You see, tax revenue of the government is a complicated game. If you reduce taxes on petrol and diesel, then you have to increase some other taxes to keep the total tax revenue at the same level. But why keep the tax revenue at the same level? Because if the total tax revenue decreases, then you have to reduce the government spending on defense, infrastructure, welfare measures, etc. But why decrease spending only on these? Because you cannot reduce spending on items such as salaries, pension, interest payments, etc. You don't want a rebellion, right? Limited choices, huh? So, do you want to reduce government spending on defense, education, health infrastructure, welfare schemes, etc.? I don't think so. With not so decent neighbors, wide illiteracy, and an ever so poking opposition, that has to be a big no. So, if the government expenditure cannot be reduced, then you cannot reduce the total tax revenues. Think about it. What does your dad say when you ask for extra pocket money? पैसे पेड़ पे नहीं उगते. The government is no exception. They too can't grow money on trees. It has to collect money from public by way of taxes, or it can raise money through loans or by selling its assets. Government cannot thus reduce taxes on petroleum in isolation, because if you reduce taxes on one thing, then you have to increase it on another. So, are you willing for increase in income tax rates or increase in GST on other products? Well, don't say yes without thinking carefully on the problem. You see, in the financial year 2016 to 17, the total taxes on petroleum products yielded rupees 273,225 crore to the central government and rupees 189,587 crore to the state governments, which is a total revenue of rupees 4.63 lakh crore to the governments in 1 year. Total direct tax collection of the central government in the financial year 2016 to 17 was rupees 847 lakh crore. This included income tax and corporate tax. Total GST collection for center and states from July 2017 to March 2018 has been rupees 7.41 lakh crore. Now let us take a scenario. The petrol price in Delhi on 25 May 2018 was rupees 77.83. It included central excise of rupees 19.48 and Delhi government VAT of rupees 16.55. So, the total taxes are rupees 36.03. Now, suppose you want to bring the petrol price down to rupees 60 merely by reduction of taxes. That would imply a reduction of rupees 17.83 from taxes of rupees 36.03, which would be almost 50% of reduction in the existing taxes. Mind it, we're just reducing the taxes and not the basic price of the oil. So, 50% reduction in taxes on petroleum products would mean reducing total taxes from rupees 4.63 lakh crore to half. That is, reduction will be about rupees 2.30 lakh crore. Where will this rupees 2.30 lakh crore come from? If you want to raise the same taxes by increasing income tax and corporate tax, you will have to raise income tax rates by about 25%, as their total collection was rupees 8.47 lakh crore. Likewise, if you want to raise the same taxes by increasing GST, you will have again to raise GST rates by about 25%. So are you willing to pay the GST rate of about 22.5% instead of the existing rate of 18%? Or Are you willing to pay income tax at the rate of 38% instead of the existing 30%? You see, it is not easy to suggest that the government should reduce taxes on petrol. You should be willing to pay more tax on something else if you want the government to keep spending the same money on defense, infrastructure, welfare measures, etc., which in fact is a must. Also, it is always better to tax petrol products than increasing the taxes on something else. Higher petrol prices would mean lesser use of petrol, which helps the environment. Higher petrol prices may encourage more use of public transport such as buses, railways, metro, etc. Higher petrol prices leading to reduction in its use may also help limit our import bills since we mostly import petroleum products, and use of renewable sources of energy will be accelerated, which in turn will only give a boost to our economy. The oil is destined to die its unnatural death in next 15 to 20 years courtesy renewables such as solar power. However, by artificially increasing the oil prices in such a drastic manner, the oil producing countries are going to accelerate the process of putting oil into oblivion faster than expected. Due to high oil prices, there is more incentive now to invest more money in research and technology to fast forward the introduction of highly efficient and cheaper solar power, electric cars, batteries to store powers, etc. In the long term, increasing oil prices are going to be a blessing in disguise. Environment will get rid of polluting oil products, the world will get rid of terrorism, or it will at least reduce, as a lot of terrorism is produced courtesy oil money. Countries such as Saudi Arabia, which still live in the 7th century, will become much less relevant as we all know the relationship between US and oil. Make sure you don't have oily skin, otherwise you can expect the US troops. It is better to pay more taxes on petrol than on other products. It will help the environment and world peace.